Those rocks look like they might be passable. If only I had a tool to drill through them. thought I'm a dog person. I can't wait.
Hey there. You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I've been thinking about the branching thing. It's so confusing.
Tell me about it.
I mean, remember how I told you about my body? The one I know versus this one? Well, I don't get it. Why is it exactly that we're created with different minds, like, different beverages or snacks, but then we all end up in the same packaging? It doesn't make much sense. Huh. I guess the technology isn't quite there yet. Maybe recreating a body different than the original is just complicated. I mean, all the medical issues, the rate of cell aging, that kind of stuff. To be honest, I don't know shit about how this thing works. Well, would feel good to be compatible with my outside wrapping. Huh. I never looked at it that way. I know, and honestly, I find it a little hard to understand. I mean, how can you be so careless about your body? It's the only one you'll ever have, man. Why'd you let it become so neglected? I guess I just couldn't be bothered to make the effort. Funny. Now that I look at it, you probably didn't have my motivation. Which was? Well, for me, it all started when I moved abroad. After Mom died, I decided to stay there, and for a while it was pretty lonely out there.
Didn't you have friends?
Not at first, no. You can laugh, but I was a little apprehensive to jump into a new environment. It was just work and sleep, and some bad eating habits.
So that's when you started working out?
Out of boredom at first. Then, kind of became a fun thing. I made friends, started going out a lot, but by that time, the gym had become an important part of my routine. I drank less, slept better, and it just made me feel in control of my life,
I get you. Now that you've told me the whole story.
Thanks. Maybe if I could get back to my routine here, at least in some way, it could really help me shake off all this anxiety. I'd probably sleep better, feel more like me. Do you think there's a chance you could help me get my hands on some exercise equipment here?
I could try.
Really? Thanks, bro. I knew I could confide in you.
be another one of those cargo drops. Except that doesn't look like the crew's personal luggage. Might be worth checking out. Huh. Looks like some kind of device. Maybe there's a way I could use it. Another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame. missing that. What is this? Another anomaly? It looks out of this world. Hey, is that one following me? What the hell?
I have something for you. The exercise equipment you asked for.
Awesome, man! I knew I could rely on you. Can't wait to try these babies out.
You look hurt. What happened?
Turns out I'm not immune to radiation exposure. Who would have thought?
Hey, no need to downplay it. I wouldn't be surprised if you were scared of going outside after something like this.
I mean, as long as I don't have to leave during a magnetic storm, it's all good. Anyway, you know that the radiation barrier keeps us safe in here, right? I can get better as long as we've got enough filters to keep it running.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My old projector. It's symbolic that you took it with you. I guess it reminds me of the first time when I thought it would be cool to explore space. Really? For me, it's more about feeling at home. It will definitely make me feel more comfortable around here. Look what I found. Any idea what it could be?
Let's see. It looks like a qubit chip.
Qubit chip?
Yeah, like an enhanced storage for quantum computing operations. It could be useful for increasing the efficiency of our QC unit, not to mention accessing new tech in the research lab.
It looks broken.
Perceptive. A little love in the workshop should get it up and running.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Should I move there?
misled us so much. I never quite figured out the whole relationship thing. What's your... Hello, I guess.
Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You okay? Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much rupidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which could only lead to one conclusion. that my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found rubidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. It's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information. And that's the interesting part. Yeah. Our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board. But there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? You have to get our research lab running at once. We need to make some improvements fast if we want to succeed. Then I guess the sooner I start, the better. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work. I made a curious discovery. Really? Tell me. It seems there are places on this planet where strange distortions are happening. Some of them emit very high levels of radiation, while others, not so much. Yes. You could have expected to come across something like that sooner or later, according to reports from previous missions. Unidentified sources of radiation, unexplained electromagnetic field anomalies, distortions of matter, space, or even gravity. What are they? According to a bold theory fleshed out by Professor Frankov, they may be instances of the so-called interval. The what? Interval. In very simple terms, it's a non-coincidental superposition of potential universes. We don't know exactly why it occurs, but observations prove that under certain, not yet specified conditions, two or more parallel landscapes can coexist within a common quantum field, creating a so-called proximity plane. Yeah, it felt like something was materializing from out of nowhere right in front of my eyes. Let's keep our heads cool. It's just a theory. No one's ever proved it right. If, and I stress if, Professor Frankov's intuition is right, then the distortion you have encountered could have been a puncture point, the spot where the proximity plane intersects with our observed universe, subverting its physical balance and distorting the rules of Newtonian mechanics. Question is, are they the cause or the reason of so much rubidium here? I'd like to study them more. So would I. And for that, we'll have to design our own tools. Do you have anything specific in mind? Let me think about it. I need to look through Professor Frankov's lectures, as well as notes from other expeditions. We have a theory. I just need to find the way to put it into practice. Look at this beauty.
guess. So, what do you got for me?
An invention I'm particularly proud of. The Luminator.
You mean a flashlight?
You have a talent for making extraordinary things sound mundane. It's not just a flashlight, Jan. Tell me, when you encounter these distortions, what is your priority?
I'd like to investigate them more.
Now you'll be able to do it.
Okay. How?
Professor Frankov discovered that certain frequencies of light waves can be used to peer into proximity planes, to study them. I've used his observations to create my Luminator so it can reveal elements of the integral hidden to the human eye. But it also has another, more pragmatic application. It can help to eliminate distortions.
You mean destroy them for good?
I'm just giving you a tool. You decide how to use it. You see, distortions are created around puncture points between potential universes. That much we know. But now, with the Luminator, they should become much more visible to you. Focusing the Luminator's light waves exactly on the puncture point will allow you to seal that rift. You could compare it to cauterizing a wound.
Damn. That does sound promising.
Indeed. Now you see why I don't like calling it a flashlight. I ran into another anomaly. This one was different. It was like this distortion was closing in on me, as if I was pulling it toward me. How extraordinary. Maybe its magnetic field is interacting with your suit.
Yeah, well, running away from it was no fun.
Keeping clear of it is the only thing you can do for now. Let's keep collecting observations. I feel we're onto something groundbreaking here. So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. No worries. It might seem chaotic to you, but I've got this. You can trust me. Trust you. And what experience do you have in commanding space mining missions? About as much as you? Touché. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone. Yeah, I understand how lousy that must feel. Honestly, I don't think you do. But I hope we're not going to sit around crying about it. There's work to be done, here and now. That's true. Well, let's get to it then.
I wonder what's the source of organic matter on this planet.
Huh.
That's...
If we don't get the base moving soon, the sun will get to us. And believe me, this tin can will offer zero protection. I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it.
like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Hey man, I can see you're bummed out.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
That's not true. Tell me what used to cheer you up. At home, I mean.
Cheer me up? Well, there was this elderly neighbor, that sweet granny type whose apartment always smelled of a freshly baked pie. I liked to visit her when I was feeling down, listen to stories about her youth, her grandchildren. There was so much kindness and empathy in her.
You're happy when other people are happy.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, who would want to be happy alone? We're social animals, after all. friend. Hi there. Man, I'm telling you, feed.
And I'm telling you this is the least important of our priorities. You have got to be kidding me. Hello, Dulski here.
Jan, tell me you did it. Tell me you have the Ark.
I did it.
Well done. Now, all we need to do is bring it home safely. Are you making progress with that obstacle of yours?
I'm still looking for a way out.
Oh, I don't want to cause panic. You better hurry.
And how's my rescue team progressing?
They'll be on time, Jan. Just make sure you are. Do what it takes to make your way to the other side of the planet. And leave the rest to me.
Would have gone way faster if I didn't have to build that damn Ark for you.
Do you really think it's just a whim for me?
I don't know. But I don't want to die for a dream. I told you. No hero.
You seem to value your life a lot, Jan. Have you thought about how much it's really worth?
Well,
Imagine coming back without Rapidium and having to face the thought, what if I hadn't given up? Would you live with yourself while the world would deteriorate before your eyes? All because you put your sorry ass first.
all right. Point taken. Just let me get on with it.
Of course. Keep pushing. Just let me know if there's any way I can help you.
All right. Thanks.
To the safer evacuation.
like to be alone, please.
Can be then used to produce heat. Evacuation proceeds.
God, you come see me? There's a thing. Come and find me when you have a moment. Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
To the safer evacuation.
So, did you find a solution to our problem? Yes, it's super simple. We'll build a bridge. Oh, just like that? Well, it can't be a regular bridge, of course. We don't have the time nor the manpower to accomplish that. However, there is a certain technology that came to my mind, superconductive bridge anchors. They could allow us to quickly span a light but durable construction across our obstacle. Wow, great. Sounds exciting. Yes, but... Oh, here we go. Cut out the sarcasm. It's not my fault this excursion was prepared by a dilettante. Blueprints for the anchors should be standard equipage for every mission since Project Versant went live. But not on this one. They should fire the logistician, if there ever was one. Versant? Versatile Synthetics Program. One of my undergraduate students went to work for them. Had some impressive achievements, including designing bridge anchors for heavy exploration equipment. You'd think it would be obvious, but no. Tell me about it. It's so typical of Ally Corp to send people on a mission and then leave them stranded without proper equipment. I hope you're not feeling sorry for yourself, because we need to act. You are in touch with mining operations, right? Yeah, I am. Why? Next time you talk to someone from mining ops, tell them to send over the anchor blueprints from Versant. Once we have them, things will go back to super simple. You'll see. All right, will do.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell?
Jan, have you made progress?
Yeah, I finally know how to get across. But I'm gonna need your help.
What can I do for you?
I need blueprints for superconductive bridge anchors from Project Versant.
Versant? But how do you know about that?
My scientist Alter told me.
A scientist? Really? First I learned you read Camus. Now that you could have become a scientist, who on top of it all seems to be familiar with aborted scientific programs unknown to the public.
Aborted? Are you sure?
Yes. Project Versant was terminated years ago due to lack of satisfactory results.
But my scientist said they developed some tech.
My word. Are you saying that he thinks it still exists? That's fascinating. Your scientist must have been part of it somehow. And in his reality, the program was a success. That's amazing, Jan. You do understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. He did mention an undergraduate student of his who went to work for the program.
The proverbial flap of the butterfly's wings. It must feel incredible to realize such a universe-bending potential in your life path.
This is more fucked up than I thought.
Poetry.
What?
A good poem should resist comprehension, almost successfully. Your situation reminded me of that phrase. It is confusing, or fucked up as you put it, but it fuels the imagination and opens the mind, just like poetry.
Is that supposed to help me?
I have an idea. It's a long shot, but it might be all we have. Project Versant did leave behind unfinished drafts. Crisscrossed formulae, discarded calculations, the usual scribbles of a scientific stream of consciousness at work. For what it's worth, I'll ask Lucas to send it over to your terminal. Maybe that resourceful Alter of yours can put it to good use.
Oh, okay. It's better than nothing, I guess.
I have to say, Jan, I'm beginning to see more and more potential in this situation of yours. I hope we speak soon. Good luck, as always.
To the safer evacuation.
So, do you have time for a little job evaluation? So, I have news about the anchor blueprints you asked for? I certainly hope so, because I just saw something come in from mining ops, and it looks like a bad joke. Did you precisely ask for bridge anchor blueprints? sorry to break this to you, but the program you mentioned doesn't exist. This is all they came up with before they were terminated. Terminated? But why? Lack of results. Looks like they didn't get anywhere without that student of yours. Results, huh? You mean an outcome that only exists in my fake memories? Huh. No wonder what I got looks more like the musings of a madman than serious work. There's no way I can make anything out of it. We just don't have the time. Look, I know it's not perfect, but I believe in you. Just think, they came up with this thing only because you existed. It's gotta mean something. Well, if you put it that way, I can try.
Long day, huh?
Hey, you wanted to discuss something? Yeah, I want to know when you started being such a pushover. What? You heard me. I'm not blind. I can see the workload pile up. And you, eager to take new orders. I'm only doing what I want to do. Just because it's in line with directions from Earth doesn't mean I'm a pushover. Oh, so you're telling me that delaying our escape to build a Rapidium Ark was your idea? Or maybe you're telling that to yourself. So let me get this straight. You'd rather we didn't secure the Rapidium? Not if it weakens our chances. Our survival depends on Maxwell. He's in charge whether we like it or not. Yeah, so was Dad. The man of the house. I thought you regretted not standing up to him. Looks like you didn't learn much. That's a little below the belt. You're right. Sorry, this place is getting to me. All I'm saying is, we should do something just for ourselves. Something not work-related, not productive in any way. Like what? Like, how about a game of beer pong in the social room? I kick your ass first and we can talk more serious stuff later. What do you say? Okay. It's on. Hell yeah! I got this. There we go. Hell yeah! Fuck!
Hell yeah! There we go.
Now it seems like none of that meant anything. Shut it on with a roast potato on the wrong branch. No spice, plans conceived in love. Ferrari with a license plate that says teeth.
Hell yeah!
Bambino. What cruel-hearted bastard you are. Welcome to hell. Keep up with it all. Be nice. Try to maintain your own regime. Don't bring everyone down. In matching soft brown tank top. Just can't creep comfortably anymore. Thin skin covers hands and hollow cheeks. Must I look at my belly in the mirror? Must I belly in the mirror? A thing in the past. Your own personal, own made. I'm confused. Ready to cut loose Sherlock Holmes Museum of Breakups.
Long day.
When
Not
I
bad,
don't
man.
make it
Not
hard
bad.
to build it up. I don't mind. I'm happy either way.
Thanks for the game. Yeah, you're not as bad as I thought. Maybe there's still potential in you, but you really need to stop doing everything people want from you.
Don't tell me you still can't get over that Rapidium arc.
I'm telling you, I had no choice. Maybe that time you didn't. Most of the time, you do. I asked you for a dormitory, you built it. I asked you for a place to have fun, and here we are.
Are you telling me I should have ignored you?
No, man. No, I'm glad you didn't. Just saying people are gonna want things from you. All the time. Just like that Maxwell guy and whoever else from Earth. You gotta learn how to say no sometimes. Because you'll never please everybody. And you can forget about yourself.
Like with Dad?
Yeah, sort of.
Guess you're right. Thanks. I'll remember that. Just one more.
Lucas, what's up now? Kinda busy here.
I know. It's that I've only just learned the big news. You managed to build one. A Rapidium arc. Man, congrats. That's really heavy stuff.
Thanks for appreciating. I just need to get it back to Earth now.
Oh, yeah. And how are you doing down there?
Just leave me to it, okay? Talking won't help much.
Of course. You know what you're doing.
Why do I get the feeling you want something from me?
Well, it's not that I want something.
So?
I just thought, well, it really can make a difference if you bring back one Ark, or, well, more. Since you already have the outpost in place, you know? All the infrastructure.
And what difference will it make if I bring more, say 2 Rapidium marks instead of 1, or even, I don't know, 5? There still won't be enough for everyone.
But there will be more for everyone. Independent startups, NGOs, research labs. There's this subsidy program that warrants a share for them in case of success. And even if it's only a small share for a small number of them, it's gonna mean one thing. Diversification, Mr. Dalsky. That always serves people.
What's in it for you and your boss?
Oh, no, it's not like that. This is my initiative. I just think that... Look, we both work for a corporation, and it's only fair we're delivering the Rapidium to them. But it doesn't mean we can only feed the big fish, you know? We're all connected, in a way. Like, if there's pain in the little finger, the whole body feels it. That's just my personal opinion.
Let me guess. Your grandma used to say that?
No, actually, I read that somewhere.
Okay. No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Mr. Dalsky. It really means a lot to me. And to so many others, I'm sure.
No problem. By the way, can you quit with that Mr. Dulski crap? My name is Jan.
Oh. Okay, Jan. Yeah, cool. I'm Lucas, in case you wanna, you know.
I caught that, Lucas. No worries.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, good luck with the Rapidium, Jan. I'm L7 out, for now.
There's the ship surrounding.
We'll be all right, my dude. We just need to take care of each other. You know that people are inherently selfish, right? Quite the opposite. Mankind has a tendency to altruism. Life will prove you wrong, man.
To the safer
Look at us.
evacuation functionality.
We're doing...
Depending on the circumstances,
I know you've been down lately. Anything I can do to make you feel better?
Super kind of you, but I'll be fine. Don't worry.
No, still, I'd love to help. Let's talk about something that puts a smile on your face.
procedure will be assessed as too risky and
I like my comfort food, I guess. Nothing like a good old mac and cheese, you know? Only, I'm a terrible cook.
ensure that this interface is an upcoming journey.
Plenty of guys to cook here, especially if you're happy with gourmet mush.
Judging by my personal cooking skills, eating something prepared by a Jan Dolsky can be a deadly experience.
The evacuation procedure will be assessed as too risky and
radiation at this time of day?
This is not good. I better get back inside now.
What is going on? Damn it. We don't have enough radiation filters. Catch a bite later? Man room's down. What next? Jan, can you come see me? There's a thing.
It's over. We made it. You wanted to talk?
Yeah, the magnetic storm. Quite a ride, huh?
Tell me about it. Glad we're out of it. For good, I hope.
Hope is the mother of fools. If you ask me, it looks like recurring magnetic storms might be a thing around here. We should think about how to prepare in case another one hits us.
Any ideas?
Actually, yes.
Tell me.
Well, it's pretty obvious that during emergencies, the base relies heavily on existing supplies, right?
Right?
That means we could use a smarter way to manage our production, to make sure we have a stable backup of all the crucial stuff.
That would be nice.
Well, listen to this. I found something in the manuals. The procedure we could set up. It's called Uphold Production. It lets you choose any item you want to produce. Let's say a radiation filter, and establish the amount of it you always want to have at the ready. Whenever you have less items on stock than you need, new ones will be queued for production automatically. Just like that.
Huh. That sounds like it could spare us a lot of micromanagement.
Exactly. Try it out and maybe we won't die because someone forgot to make mush.
Saber evacuation mode.
Looks like we're running out of repair kits, you know?
Lucas, what is it now?
Hey, Jan. Sorry to bother you again, but there's this thing you need to take care of ASAP.
Other than Rapidium?
Yes. Your wife, ex-wife.
Lena? What happened?
Oh, nothing. It's just that, someone from the board informed her about your status, and it's gotten a little nervy. You know she can't find out about the altars, right?
I know that. I'm not stupid.
Good. Great. Still, the thing is, she's asking around, trying to find out things herself, so... Can you just please tell her not to? You know, next time she calls.
Why me? Can't you talk to her or Maxwell?
And? You think that wouldn't raise her doubts?
Right.
She should hear it from you.
I don't know, Lucas. I wish I could talk to her, but I just don't feel convincing enough. Whenever I open my mouth, I seem to be saying something other than I intended.
Oh, that sucks. Still, we definitely need to solve this problem. Hey, how about this? Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but what if maybe there's an alter of yours out there who would know how to talk to her?
What? You mean...
Yeah, someone, you, who she'd listen to.
Huh. Interesting.
Just give it a shot, Jan. We really can't let anyone find out. It's for your own good.
You guys seem to be worrying about my good a lot.
I hope you don't doubt that, Jan. I gotta go offline now. Best of luck. L7 out.
Nice. I don't know that movie. Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff.
refinery is such a weird place, don't you think?
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena. Lena Berg.
Right on.
She had a promising career. I wonder what happened to her. So you didn't marry her? Marry? Come on. We both had much more interesting things to do with our lives. And different things too. You know how it is. When people evolve, their priorities change, and all of a sudden, you just realize that if you held on, you'd only be in each other's way.
Yeah, guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. Parting ways was one of the best decisions in our lives. You and Lena still friends?
We married. Then we divorced.
Thank you for sparing me the sorry part in between. I suppose this concise story proves that it was never meant to be, whatever either of us did.
Fair point, I guess.
Glad I could help.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lava lamp? You kept it? Sure. It's one of a few cool keepsakes from our childhood. Yeah. Mom and I like to sit by it in the evening, talking and joking. It reminds me of that period when life was challenging, but also really fucking great.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena.
Go ahead then. Ask.
Do you know her?
No.
Seriously?
I wish you could see your face.
I can, unfortunately.
I heard something broke in the dormitory and you're not feeling well. Yeah. A cloud of smoke woke me up. Seems the AC choked. It looked dangerous. I'm sorry. And you're probably not the only one, am I right? Yup. People are injured and frustrated. I already feel the growing tension.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena.
Lena? Lena who?
Lena Berg? Did you know her?
Lena.
Wait, are you talking about that pink-haired barmaid from Barcelona? The one that sang arias while making the most awesome Negronis? I think her name was Lena. Or... no. Was... Leanne. Yeah, Leanne. Huh. My bad. Never mind.
Hey, Dad. What was it like here? Before?
Before the Eighth Fall?
Before all of it. In the beginning.
Well, suppose it's time. Sit, son. Today, I tell you the history of the universe. The beginning is much like the end. Even though we haven't seen it, we know it's there. Its story was written in the stars all along, but also never
Wow.
before.
What?
It's some heady stuff, son. Go with me here. First, there was nothing. Then, a great interdimensional being, the one in which we all reside, had a thought. This thought created the spark that started it all. Our existence, a neural pathway forged in the being's mind.
Whoa. We're in the brain of a big monster?
Yup. I mean, monster is a little rude, but... From here, everything we know was created. Time, space, stars, galaxies, planets, and eventually, our home, Earth.
Seriously?
Land, sea, sky, all in perfect balance to cook up life. From deep beneath the ocean, microbes emerged. They split and reproduced and swam and walked and flew. Plants and animals, dinosaurs, humans, robots, dinosaurs again, xenomans, Gugorgians, and...
What was the one before robots and after dinosaurs?
Plants?
No,
Before robots.
and after dinosaurs.
Humans.
Humans, yeah. What were humans?
Oh, they were a kind of animal around for a bit. So, after the Gugorgians budded from the crust, they were faced
What did the
with-
humans like to do?
I don't know, probably the same stuff as the dinosaurs.
What did they look like?
Like apes with haircuts. Look, son, I can't stress this enough. The humans were just a blip in time. They were completely ineffectual.
But didn't they make the robots?
Well, didn't the primordial ooze make the humans?
I guess, yeah.
See? It's all genetic processes of evolution. No one gets full credit for any of it. Same as how the Time Bees built their hive in the core, which led to the evolutionary split in time-space. That was a huge leap forward, but no one gave them an award for it. And the bees checked all the timelines, no awards.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. Go on.
Okay. After the Gugorgians emerged from the crust as deep Earth cicadas, they eventually mated with the lava beings to create the Era of Light. The true awakening where all life in the universe saw each other and one full collective consciousness was achieved. No more wars, no more attrition, just pure, unfiltered...
And did humans have video games?
All right, what the hell's going on here, son? Humans didn't mean shit. If anything, they were a speed bump along the way. Wasted millennia trying to make boats a thing. But yes, they had video games. They also had saturated fats and mouth kisses. They were all over the
got
place.
to be kidding
Not
me.
worth any more thought.
I feel like we should pay more attention to them. I don't know. They seem important.
If you want important, we can talk about how the Bopnoids swallowed the moon and tried to hold it ransom when the moon collectors showed up. That was something. Humans are so nothing, it's hard to put into words. Just forget about them.
I'm trying, but I can't stop thinking about them. They seem so rad. And all of a sudden, I want to start a live stream where people watch me talk about all the cool stuff humans did. And sometimes I do gear reviews. What's wrong with me, Dad?
Oh no. Okay. Son, you're gonna be fine. Let me just make a call. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll have an extra dry Zortini. Yeah, just fill it with sand. And then, hang on. Hello?
Hey, Doc, sorry to bother you. My boy here, he can't get thoughts of humans out of his head?
Uh-huh. And has he been operating as though other people would find these thoughts interesting?
Uh-huh.
Just some people, a couple thousand. I'd start small.
Okay, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this lately. It's an inflammation in his ego.
His what?
The ego. It's a vestigial organ in the upper chamber of the subconscious. It's part of our long-dormant human genetic code. You know, in humans, it was used to regulate self-image, activate attention-seeking, and check if your hair looked cool. For us, it usually doesn't serve any function at all. Sometimes a little bit of food gets caught in there and it acts up. What it does, it's like deep within you, your humanity itself is trying to be noticed, crying out for credit and respect, desperately hoping to pass on a legacy.
Oh no. Is there any way to deactivate it?
Oh yeah, it's incredibly fragile. Quick remote surgery, I could pop it out and set it straight.
Oh, great, yes. But please, go ahead.
All right, stand still there, buddy.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Okay, listen, Ego. You're a small part of a collective existence wherein you yourself are completely insignificant.
Yeah, well, I know you are, but what am I?
Amazing. Thanks,
Seriously?
Doc.
No problem. Sorry, yeah, Glumpfish, over easy. Thanks.
Thanks, Dad. That's better already. I can feel the humans fading away forever now. Wow, I feel so connected to everything. I think I'm starting to get it. It's not about getting attention or leaving some kind of all-about-me legacy. We're all part of the same thought.
Exactly, son. It's pretty special just to be part of something. It doesn't have to be about getting credit.
Diane, you good?
Oh yeah, just had a silly little thought.
Catch a light later? Light later?
You again. I wanted to talk to you about Lena. Huh? Which one? Your Lena or my Lena? They're the same person. Oh, really? Let's see. One doesn't exist, and the other one doesn't know I exist. You're the one she's thinking of when she hears Jan. So, please don't rub salt in that wound. I'm sorry to ruin the fantasy for you, but things got complicated between me and my Lena. We broke up. Wow. You're so cool about it. Such irony. The only one of us who can really be with her doesn't care. I do care. And I was hoping you'd help me fix things. Okay, let's get one thing straight first. We had our ups and downs too, and it wasn't always easy. But it's all about setting your priorities. You want a relationship that lasts, put some effort in it. Show you're willing to make sacrifices. Most importantly, never, ever stop paying attention. I'm not afraid of hard work. That's a start. So, next time she calls... What? You're in touch with her? Here? Yeah. Why else would I be asking? Okay, so, you know what? If you really want my help, you should... let me talk to her for you. What? Yeah, that's a great plan. Can't you see? I can pretend to be you and, investigate the situation. Investigate? Yeah, find out what the real problem between you two is, as an unbiased onlooker. Unbiased, huh? Oh, come on. You know this is a good idea. All right, then. Let's give it a go. But no mention of your real identity. Understood? Of course. I'm not stupid. And you need to tell her everything is fine, okay? Reassure her. Sure. Just let me know when she calls again. I'll be ready.
To the Saber evacuation. To the Saber evacuation.
Hey man, I was thinking, have you ever noticed how often we
Finish each other's sentences?
Yeah, we have lived together for
way too long? Right. I feel like we've probably had
every conversation two people can have. Right. So we
always know what the other one is.
thinking.
Right. But like, specifically, why?
Do we do that? I don't know. Like, where do you think
that compulsion comes from? Not sure, because it's certainly not like a
endearing quality.
Oh.
No. Mostly, I feel like we want to just show
that we're like engaged listeners, right? And we're
empathetic.
Yes.
and also maybe a little bit
Impatient, right? We're kind of like
insufferable.
Pass me another beer,
know-it-alls.
please.
Can't handle
the idea
Yeah.
of like an unresolved,
melody, right? And in a way, it does sort of make us
really annoying,
right?
But like, we could totally
Stop if we want to. Obviously, we just have to face
our fears and just never
finish
this
current.
ongoing.
Ew, guys.
Sentence. Right. Can we actually
Stop? I don't know. Sure doesn't
seem like it? But like, I have
total autonomy
over my own
thoughts, right? And I certainly
can't be read.
like a book
It's like my mind tells me
to just stay quiet for sure. But like, then somehow the instinct to
finish a sentence.
kicks in as if it's
Totally out of
my control, right? And I'm like stuck in
some kind of sentence
vortex. Hang on, quick. We need to both say the most like random
thing we can think of.
that we would never otherwise
Say.
Right.
My foot has an
Area code all its own. That's
in a Peruvian rug shop.
located entirely
That's
within the
ridiculously
International Space
amusing.
PlayStation, and it's a.
Pluvia stafama stage wells.
Those
are all the things I was
going to say. And the fake word at the end.
What is happening? Oh my god. Wait, maybe the reason we keep
Finishing each other's sentences.
is because they're not.
Each other's sentences.
Maybe we're actually
Only
one person.
That's so sad.
Oh. No, we're just
Good
really annoying.
one.
Right. Yep.
Hi.
To a safe destination.
What a shitty day.
Mining operations.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
My stuff landed here.
hurt. What happened? Are you blind? I got too much radiation exposure. I feel awful. We have to come up with a better radiation protection in the future. Yeah. Make it our top priority, all right? For now, just remember to keep the radiation barrier on, okay? Radiation filters will speed up my recovery. At least when I'm inside. You look hurt. What happened? Too much radiation exposure. I need to lie down. Or throw up. Probably both. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger, right? Just don't forget about the radiation barrier, all right? It needs radiation filters to work, and I need it to recover. You look hurt. What happened? What do you think happened? I got too much radiation exposure. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Why don't you get some rest? You've been working your ass off. As if we have time for that. Just remember to always have enough filters to keep the radiation barrier on. That way I can at least recover gradually inside the base. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Marie? Marie Skłodowska? Where the hell did you find that old thing? Oh, I use it as an anti-stress ball, so it's always lying around. Anti-stress ball? This duck was the first audience for so many papers I wrote. Time for Marie to get back to her proper job. You wanted to talk? Yes, I managed to come up with a satisfactory magnetic storm prediction system. We'll be ready for the next one when it comes. If it comes. Great. I feel safer already. But that's not all. While analyzing the nature of this phenomenon, I discovered something very curious. You do know how dangerous it is to be outside the base during a magnetic storm, right? I do now. The radiation levels go crazy. It could be lethal. Well, it might be hazardous to health, but if you're a risk taker, it could also be worthwhile. What do you mean? I've been performing some observations, and it seems that the energy of the magnetic storm stimulates certain resource deposits to be more active and productive. Two types of deposits, to be precise. Organics and rupidium. In practical terms, it means they can be mined much more efficiently during a storm. Isn't it fascinating, Jan? Those resources are in tune with the magnetic field somehow. It's like a mysterious, unheard-of ecosystem. Absolutely. We need to make use of that discovery.
Of course, feel free. As long as you don't send me out there.
Hey man, you're clearly angry. Meaningless small talk will only make me more angry.
So maybe we can talk about something meaningful. What calms you down?
Punching that smirk of yours would definitely do the trick. But if you really need to know, walking it off, I guess.
Maybe you should punch me. Why not? Let it all out.
You don't want that. Trust me. But I appreciate the offer.
Hey man, I can see something's upsetting you. Don't make it worse. I love the attitude. So what can what do you usually do when you're angry? Nothing usual about these circumstances. Oh, I don't know, Jan. I try to avoid people who irritate me. All the more reason to throw yourself into work, right? That's true. I'd like to get back to it. I'd like to be alone. Is it me, or does it sound a bit artificial?
Seriously comforting that we're securing so much Rapidium. Yeah, one important task.
Did you manage to recreate the blueprints? Believe it or not, I did. I knew you would. I can't say that didn't motivate me. I don't often thank people, but thanks for believing in me. Anyway, now it's all down to getting those anchors in place. You'll need a specific type of superconductive polymer to build them. More work. Great. I choose to be deaf to your sarcasm. So, where do I get these polymers from? They can be produced in a refinery. Good thing you already built one. You can set up production at once. Let me warn you, it's a time-consuming process, so you'd better step on it. But I believe in you. Huh. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
can see that you're angry. Just leave me alone.
Come on, let me help. What do you usually do when you feel like this?
I don't know. Go to a bar, I guess. Nothing better than a bottle of cheap, lukewarm beer, am I right?
I just can't creep comfortably.
If you work hard, you gotta party hard, right?
It's always closed.
You know it.
I love the new food, Jan. So, how did it go? Wow. It was something to hear her voice again. I can't thank you enough. But she was completely different with me than, well, with the real me, you know? Constantly on her toes, almost like we'd become strangers. It was so sad. Well, what did you talk about? She was disturbed by the fact we're struggling. I'm struggling to build a bridge, all on my own. Also, she was suspicious about the mining ops director. What's his name? Maxwell? Suspicious? Why? Well,
She doesn't know a lot about him, how he got that job and all. She said it's strange that he's keeping everything so hush-hush while we're obviously having trouble to get out of here. And that he might be playing games to get all the credit for finding Rapidium at the cost of your safety.
Looks like you two had an honest talk.
Almost.
Oh yeah, of course. You didn't tell her about it.
No. She thought I was you. Hell, it was tough for me to lie to her. She seemed so distant. How the hell did you manage to fuck up such a good thing?
Hey,
What? You wanted my help, didn't you?
and did you help?
I tried. But there's one thing she's really touchy about.
What's that?
She can't understand why you went on this mission. It seems important to her. Why did you go?
I just needed to go. Somewhere far away, get away from it all, from, everything. So I did it for myself, I guess.
You're making it hard to help you. Can't you see that it's not the moment you signed the contract she's upset about? It's about what led to that moment, and I can't tell you what it was because
We branched apart long before that.
yeah. And maybe that's the moment you should focus on. Think about where you took a different path and why.
How's that gonna make her less angry at me?
Once you put your finger on the problem, get back to me. We'll figure it out. Promise.
Hey, so, how am I doing? According to your high standards? You want me to tell you? When you're successful, you know it. You don't have to run around asking people. Is success really all that matters to you? What else is there? Helping others. There's value in that, true. But the needs of others are like an endless well. You'll never fill it up, no matter what you do. Being successful in science, business, or even art, that gives a real opportunity to change the face of the world. Tell me, did you never even think about having that kind of impact? I remember being very motivated in the first years of my studies, motivated and competitive. Yeah. So, when did you stop pushing? I didn't want my life to be just about work. So when I got a good business offer, I thought it would be a smart way to have the cake and eat it. The beginning of a downfall. Why did you stay at the university? Because of a scholarship I didn't get. Wait, you mean the one we had in our pocket, but lost in the final round? Yes. Oh yeah, I took that hard. So did I. But it motivated me. I stayed to have a go at that scholarship next year, and I succeeded. Wish I'd done the same. Of course. But then, you wouldn't be you anymore, would you? You'd be me. By the way, it's totally understandable if you prefer that. It's simple, Jan. I'm successful because I'm the version of you that doesn't get discouraged by failure. Imagine what I could achieve in your role here. Just stick to your role and leave me to mine. Let's talk about Lena again. Always.
Did you think it through?
Yes. I have a theory I'd like to share.
Hit me.
It all started when I convinced her not to move abroad.
Oh? Interesting. I remember that moment. Is this where we branched apart?
Yeah. That decision defined us. Wow. But it wasn't just about moving, was it? I remember it well. It was a very specific feeling. I was jealous of her career. Jealous? Please, we always wanted her to be successful. It was never about her. I was afraid of the unknown, living in a strange land. Fear? No. We moved to college. We could have moved anywhere. Going away wasn't the problem. It was something else, and you know it. Sadness. Selling the house, our house, it made me sad. The house? Yeah. We put so much effort to prove that we could give her a good life, and now, the thought of having to start all over again. It felt like I would be losing something I worked so hard to achieve. So, you convinced her to stay. Yeah. And you agreed to go. Right. What happened after? I started working my ass off like crazy to pay the mortgage, support us both, prove it was the right decision to stay, but in the end, you had less time for her. I had no time. I was exhausted and we just grew apart. Okay. I think I've heard enough. Really? Yeah. Can't you see the pattern? You're always trying to prove something, be in control, build a big house, work overtime, go to friggin' space if nothing else works, instead of just taking the passenger seat sometimes, letting go and just enjoying the ride. You want me to enjoy the ride now? All I'm saying is you can try to trust her a little more. You're right. How can I change that? Think about it. When was the last time you asked her for something? Huh? She's a biotechnician, for crying out loud, and here we are struggling with those polymers. I bet she could tell us how to do it better. All you need to do is ask. Tell her you need her help. For once, rely on someone else other than yourself. I can try, I guess. Good. Do it. You won't regret it.
Jan?
Hi, Lena.
It's good to hear you. I was a bit out of line last time we spoke. It was harsh in your situation. Is everything okay?
I think I am going to need you.
Oh, okay.
Remember when I told you I was building a bridge?
Right. That sounded very unsettling.
And I need to get my hands on a lot of superconductive polymers in a very short time. Truth is, I don't know shit about what I'm doing, and I thought, well, since this is kind of your thing, maybe you'd have some idea how to speed it up.
Superconductive polymers. Right. Have you thought of... I mean, since you brought this to me, I suppose you have access to organic matter of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay. How about a place you can grow plants in? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I have a greenhouse.
Great. Well, good news is there is a way to get your polymers by processing organics. I can send you detailed instructions, but honestly, I'm worried that gathering resources and operating a greenhouse might be a little too much for one person.
Yeah. Well, I know, but why don't I give it a try?
Sure. It's just... I could have helped you so much earlier, and you'd have more time. It's really starting to bug me how mining ops are not going by the book about this. It's outrageous. I think I have to say something.
Sure. Give him hell.
Well, I'm gonna have to deploy some level of diplomacy. But still, I'm glad you reached out, Jan. Talk later, okay? Bye.
Yeah. Bye.